Hello everyone, it's time to review another song in the Review Advent Calendar series. And this time around I'm going to review Jin Ogasawara's Black Cat. This is a suggestion by Nadine. Let's start listening to it. This is quite the cinematic song, starting with rain pouring down, but it is really one of the most complex songs I've got the pleasure to listen to this year, given how many music genres are within it. So do pay attention to this song closely. This is a song that is almost 6 minutes long, so do have the patience to stick around for the whole song and commentary.
Here, it's pouring. There is only the sound of the rain.
So stylish right off the bat, with that Rhodes piano playing in the background, the turntablism with the scratches on the vinyl, then the whole bass line, the whole break beat that is going on, and how low Jin Ogasawara's voice is in this intro.
With losing my religion, the story begins. Listen. technicality 막 수건에 켜놓나この킨탈 유래 너 너희 다 얘기 다시 넣느냐 또 나가만 물론이 백혈레이 Snap fire dogs 그냥 각기 cause my health's put on the dog 기분이가 너 야만이 더 가서 catwalk.
So in the first listen, you have in the intro, or in the you have in the intro a build up to this part. Although it is a really stylish build up, the verses are not as stylish in comparison. They are really bouncy. They are really fun, but they are more urban in their approach. They sound more street-like than you would be expecting given the intro. But you have that saxophone playing in the background, adding a little bit of longing, a little bit of elegance, a little bit of a mature twist to this performance. And on the vocal end, you do have Jin Ogasawara rapping. And as I've said before, he is a really good rapper. He's really solid, and he does deliver quite the awesome performance in this song. But do pay attention how low he is right here, how high he can go from this point on. He's really performing as a 4 bass in here, which is new. He is not a bass singer. I wonder if he is really a baritone, if he is a really high baritone or a really low tenor, but I do not have enough of his performances to tell whether he's a tenor or a baritone. Either way, he's performing as a 4 bass in here, really low, going as low as the bass line, which is quite impressive, and then he's going to rise his scale back to normal, let's say normal, and brings quite a lot of power to his performance. Notice let's talk about how synthwave is in here, because this is such an underappreciated and underrated music genre, and to find it in Jin Ogasawara's Black Cat was a surprise for me. I was thinking that maybe this song is going to be all about hip-hop, but color me impressed, because this song has a synthwave chorus with the massive snare sound going on in there. It is really hitting hard. Boom! Every time the song goes there and needs the snare, it really is hard hitting. And with all that synth sound going on in the background, creating almost like a myriad of neon lights. It is really, really awesome to see how that beat joins in and makes the song a whole lot of fun while it is insanely slow paced. Notice that. Do pay attention to the fact that Jin Ogasawara is rapping in this part. He is performing clean singing in his natural singing tone. He is really low in the backing vocals, and really in the back of those backing vocals, he is performing really high pitched. And he's really impressing on all fronts, showing that he's actually a really solid singer and he has a lot of potential and talent to unearth. And what you have in here, it's just a glimpse of the talent he has. And this is one of those songs that when I listen to, and I basically instantly said this song is going to be in the year-end feature of best songs of 2022. No doubts about it. It is outstanding, really. I do not have a specific word that can encapsulate all the feelings that I have about this song, because it is so tricky, so complex, so awesome on all fronts that really it is astonishing how this song really appeared and not many people actually paid attention to it, which is strange yet again. But what he is doing here in Black Cat, especially with Shinosuke, the composer that worked with Trigger, performing or creating a song such as these that has so many layers, so much depth, plays around with so many music genres, and everything feels right. That there is no weird transitions within this song, although there are so many music genres going on in different parts of the song. And then you have Jin Ogasawara performing this song with so much power, with so much emotion, and showing his range, his control, and his confidence as a singer, and that he can do much more than what he does with Gyroaxia, although many people only think that he sings like he does for Gyroaxia for his solo career, which doesn't happen, and do not expect that, because he is really setting a line in his career that he is not going to replicate that in his solo career. So with what we get here is a display of his versatility as an artist, and a display as well of his tastes as a fan of music, and how he can adapt his voice and his technique to every single one of those. And of course, I'm a sucker for synthwave music, as you may have noticed by my grin whenever that chorus kicks in. So this song right here is already sounding really, really good for me. I don't know about you, but I hope you are enjoying as well. Legato with a crescendo, tricky as hell to pull off, he does so effortlessly. So now we had a pre-chorus with trap music as a lead, and we are going to basically connect to synthwave yet again, and you won't even notice that there was a transition between music genres that have nothing apparently to do with each other. Although this synth is a really good way to make that transition sound incredibly natural, you won't even notice that you are leading up to the chorus when you notice you are already in the chorus. third music genre that joins in, and now we are going back to the 50s and the 60s and that rock sound a la Beatles. Awesome legato in here, connecting the phrases. And once again, notice how the 50s style of pop and rock ends up blending really well with the hip hop that was before. Is going to blend really awesome with the hip hop next, and then the hip hop leads once again to synthwave. And you have music genres that usually would not work together any time, and even well. But there's a way that Shinosuke composed this song that makes it so that everything works out. And that's the synth that is playing in the background that you barely notice when there are changes in the music genre. And it slowly creeps in, and it slowly takes over, and then the synthetic beat or the synthetic drums kick in as a fill to lead to the next part. It's so smooth and it's so simple, the transition between music genres, that you do not notice that all are connected by the same things that do the same thing time and time again. It's not really rocket science, this composition, but it's really crafty in the way that it's done. In some way, my comments actually broke the magic that it had, but it is really crafty the way that Shinosuke composed this song, making sure that everything was tied up really neatly, even if there was a need to play with a music genre that usually doesn't connect that well, and that doesn't share many similarities. 50s rock with synthwave from the 80s. Who knows if that even works, right? So there's a way to connect everything, and it is to make it sound natural. You have a synth pad going from one music genre to the other, and then you have the drums fill from one to the other. Drums were present in all, or are present in all music genres that you are listening to, so those would not sound out of place. Only the synth will sound out of place at times, but even so, you are expecting by now to have some transitions within the song, and you won't even notice how tricky those transitions are for the composer to actually come up with something really crafty and actually rather simple to make those transitions work.
We're still dreaming. You know what? It's sweet. It's beautiful. So smash it, baby. Yeah. Follow me. Listen. I gotいつからかコンクリの額縁の中閉じ込められた憧れの空今すっかり俺と同じ
Now we have a difference, not necessarily in the instrumental, but on the vocals. Now we shifted from rapping to clean singing to talking.
色になってしまった灰色の星たち忘れてしまいたいのに嫌になるほど Beautiful world Come along, get it back again
Listen to that drums feel is so tasty. So tasty.
There is something important.
And now the outro, and the outro is not necessarily different on the instrumental, is different yet again on the vocals.
輝く世界何よりも鮮明なglow枯れた声で繋ぐ黎明のフロー滴る汚れ光にかざして刻む鮮烈なキャットマークみんな自分だけの地獄を抱えている誰のためでもない道が続いている道を黒に染めるプライドそれこそがブラックアウト
Too good. This is the type of song that I would love for more seiyuu artists to actually approach or even try to create, because this is crazy good. Synthwave is not as appreciated as it was in the 80s. For many people, synthwave nowadays is considered retro music. Really, I was born in the 90s, so 80s music being retro is weird. Is considered by many people to be retro and to be a cheesy style of music. Given how many artists, many popular ones, are actually clinging to synthwave to actually try to sound cool when they were complaining a couple of years ago that synthwave was cheesy, is kind of ironic. But still, synthwave was always a music genre that made me think about nostalgia in the future, or nostalgia about the future, which is contradictory. If you haven't lived that era, why are you nostalgic about it? But synthwave has that quality about it, and that's something that makes me think about this music genre as more than EDM, as more than pop music. It's a music genre that makes you think, theorize, wonder about something. It makes you go beyond that I'm just enjoying pop music or I'm just enjoying EDM. It's actually something that makes you feel nostalgic by a time that you haven't lived. So that's quite awesome, and it is good that after Wataru Hatano trying synthwave, now we have synthwave by Jin Ogasawara, the second seiyuu artist that actually dared to experiment with this music genre. And the results are fantastic. There's already 2 really good samples of what synthwave can do for seiyuu if really done well. And in this case, Jin Ogasawara really took it to a whole different level by delivering a stunning performance that is really complex, that showcases a lot of his range, a lot of his versatility. And then we have an instrumental that is so complex, with so many layers, with so many music genres, and everything is working well together. This is the most impressive thing. Everything is working well together, all glued by 2 really small, almost unnoticeable details in the composition, which is crafty as hell by Shinosuke. So really awesome work there, and this continues to be one of my favorite songs released in 2022, and will continue to be one of my favorite songs of Jin Ogasawara. Actually, my favorite song of Jin Ogasawara up until now. Let's hope he releases plenty more awesome songs in the future, but so far this is my favorite of his. And with this, I wrap up another entry in the review advent calendar. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.